Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and I'm here doing another classic capture. Today I'm playing Cool Spot for the Sega Genesis. Cool Spot was a mascot in the early 90s for 7-Up products, and I guess it warranted him to get his own game. This is corporate advertising at its best. And as you can see here, he's riding a 7-Up bottle. The Super Nintendo version of the intro is a little better, but all in all, the Sega Genesis version, I think, is the better of the two, because they're practically the same game. Visually, they're practically the same, although the Genesis version has the edges seem a little rougher. I don't know, but I prefer the Genesis version. And what it is a very, very mediocre platformer. I loved this game as a kid, and if you love this game, I'm sorry, but it doesn't hold up in this day and age, and I don't see where the appeal was now. I mean, I do a lot of these videos, and you're always playing retro games. You're like, man, I remember that. That was great, and I understand why I love that. But not this game. This game, there's no rhyme or reason. So basically, the objective of the game is to collect those little red coins. After you collect so many, you can rescue your friend, your brother or whatever, your doppelganger, your identical twin, at the end of the level, who is locked in a checkered plaid cage, and that's it. The basic idea is to collect those coins and survive. And it is a mediocre platformer, and the controls, I don't know, it's just doesn't hold up as well anymore. If you wonder why I'm speeding this up, man, it is boring. This game is very boring. That's what it comes down to. And for some reason, Cool Spot has something against crustaceans and small animals, mice, spiders of some sort. Especially crustaceans. You kill a lot of crabs and that kind of thing. And after you free your buddy, your brother, whatever, you move on to the next level. You get so many points, and you get an extra life. I did a couple times, not in the first level, though, unfortunately. That's probably the best title, and this is the second level. Pure Pressure. Get it? Yeah, that's pretty bad. The environments, I think personally the reason why I like this game as a kid is the same reason I liked the Micro Machines racing games as a kid. I like the miniature aspect of it. You're something small in a giant world. So in this case, he's on the docks climbing pieces of rope that some sailor just left there haphazardly on top of that. And everything else is giant. Everyday objects are giant compared to Spot himself. And I think that appealed to me thematically. But other than that, there's nothing about this game where there's nothing about it going, okay, well, that was great. I mean, the level design, there's a lot of repeated sprites. In fact, later levels are they're kind of retooled versions of the same worlds. For example, you'll go to another dock level that, it's a lot more of the same. And I think most of the levels take place in walls, which I don't understand what Spot's doing in a bunch of walls, and I don't know why mice are throwing shit at him, and he's just trying to promote 7-Up. I mean, man, what the hell? This is definitely just like the Chester Cheeto game was, just advertising to get kids to want you as a child to buy their products. And it was an okay game, but there's a lot of bad about it. I think the one thing that bothers me the most, as you can see here, is I'm trying to shoot that damn frog, and I keep falling because I keep wanting to. Naturally, I want to do a diagonal shot, since you have a D-pad that has 8 directions, but you have no way of doing that. You can only shoot left, right, up, or down, which makes things very problematic, and that becomes an issue later on as well. In a lot of situations, you have to take a hit because the controls aren't there to allow you that kind of functionality, and I don't think that would have been too difficult to do. And he's a pretty cool guy, I guess, because he snaps his fingers and can use a yo-yo. Hey, I can use a yo-yo. Actually, that's pretty good with the yo-yo. This particular level is probably the most interesting one to me as an adult. It reminds me of Sonic 3, or some Sonic games. yeah, there's a couple falling levels have a similar thing going about them, but I guess he's in a laboratory. I guess that's what the glasses and the nose are supposed to represent to some extent. There's no rhyme or reason for anything in this game. There's no real theme other than buy 7-Up, and you know, it's okay. You can pick up this game for about $5 to $10 depending on what platform. Obviously, I'm talking about the Sega Genesis version here, but they are practically identical, although the Super Nintendo version has a bit better sound, and I'm not, you know, no console wars here. I'm a fan of both consoles, you know, even back then. I think, to some extent, the Sega Genesis sound chip benefits in this game. It just seems better on the Genesis for this particular game, but is it worth buying? Unless you're a collector, unless you're a Sega Genesis collector, or you really remember this game fondly, no, absolutely not. And the other thing to mention is, you know, I felt the same way when I bought this game. I remember it being really good. I remember I originally rented it from Blockbuster back in the day, and took it and I played it a lot, and I finished it, and eventually bought it, and I just kind of sat there, and it's been years since I played it. But there's nothing here. There's nothing worth really. I don't know. It's not very good anymore. It doesn't hold up. As a platformer, it's kind of boring, and in some cases, in some areas, it's brutally hard to get around some enemies just due to the control issues. I think that's probably its biggest issue, the control issues. Other than, you know, it repeats a lot of the content from you know, other levels, other parts of the game. It's you know, I keep repeating that there's a lot of repeats. There's a lot of repeating here, and that's the biggest problem with this game. Yeah, this level is semi-interesting. Locomotive, just kind of based on the, you know, you're on a train, but it's another one of those kind of punishing areas because, you know, spots sud bubbles. I guess you call them sud bubbles. They don't really do a lot of damage, and you don't have the diagonal ability, and you take a lot of hits. You die a lot, but you know, that's what it is. And this is the ending I got for the end of the game, so that's a cool spot for the Sega Genesis. Probably not worth your time on either console, Genesis or Super Nintendo. It was a decent game as a kid, but it doesn't hold up anymore. You can pick it up for $5 to $10, depending if it comes with a case or not, and that's about it. Please subscribe and let us know what you think. Thank you.